Now, in this country, we see a couple of cases in just the last week where the FDA has gone full-blown after people who are involved with a particular supplement. It's not really important what the supplement is. It's a supplement that people have been using, but the FDA has now turned all of their devices against this. We've got a FDA attacking a man who was selling a supplement that they say has healed tens of thousands of people. They're coming after him to put him in jail for 37 years in prison. Okay, well, if it's a harmful substance, maybe he needs to go to jail for doing this. Except that's not the issue. They haven't proven that it's harmful. All that's proven is that they didn't approve it prior. See, everything in America is now prohibited unless it is expressly permitted by some unelected government bureaucracy like the FDA. And in the article, they point out that there's 106,000 cases in just the last year of FDA-approved drugs killing people. And they say in this particular case of this substance, there are no proven cases of anyone dying. Yet this man, who has a jury trial coming up in 30 days, may go to jail for 37 years. This is where you need to apply your knowledge of jury nullification, educate people about their responsibility. We need to stand with each other when the government tries to do this type of thing and say, you're not going to do it. But it's a very troubling thing to me that the government can come in and accuse people of something without proving that it's harmful, merely making it a crime that they have not approved at first. And we saw this last week with a homeschooling prepper family, as it was reported from the Washington Post and other places. 7 of his children were taken away from the couple, and apparently it was because of this same supplement. He has 2 other children who are now in college, yet they're saying that this is something that is dangerous. This person was not selling it, he was using it for himself. And according to the Washington Post, he's 73 years old, he's got 9 children. He's been using this supplement from the same 4-ounce bottle for more than a year. He's used less than 4 ounces in more than a year. But of course, they're going to take away his children. They're going to throw this man in jail, not because they've seen any harmful effects, but because they haven't given approval and because it's a competition to their corporate owners, their corporate sponsors, the people who use the FDA to give them plausible deniability and protection from lawsuits when their materials kill people. They say that this is something that turns into a potent bleach that can cause side effects that range from uncomfortable to life-threatening. And yet, we haven't seen this with this man. And he says he's not giving this to his children. That's the type of thing that we're seeing increasingly, just as we saw in the last segment, using Obamacare to come in and tell us what we can and cannot eat in the name of protecting us from ourselves, protecting us from obesity. We need to be informed as to what the risks are. That's what the FDA is not doing. And then at that point, we need to be able to make the informed consent. We need to determine whether or not we want to do this. It is our bodies, it is our lives. And we've seen prohibition enacted for far too long. And of course, they don't have the authority to prohibit anything. The amendments to prohibit alcohol tell us that the government needed to amend the Constitution in order to prohibit any substance, the ownership, the sale, the use of any substance. They didn't have the authority under the Constitution. They had to create a constitutional amendment. And so they don't have the legal authority, the constitutional authority to do that with marijuana, certainly not with medical supplements.